Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and today we're going to check out the Southeast Asia Animal Pack for Planet Zoo, the new DLC that just came out today. And I want to thank Frontier for giving me a key to check this out early. But yeah, so this is the first all animal pack for Planet Zoo. And I know it's kind of split, I guess, amongst the community because there's a lot of people sort of disappointed that there aren't any new building objects or anything like that. And I gotta say, like, I think it's okay that Frontier did this. It's almost exactly like what happened with the with Planet Coaster. There was the Magnificent Rides collection and the Classic Rides DLCs, which were all rides. You had, a lot of people saying we need more rides. We want more rides. So Frontier gave everybody just a lot more rides, and kind of the same with this. A lot of people were like, we want more animals. So that's what they did. We have an all animal pack, and there's 8 new animals, 7 habitat animals, and 1 exhibit animal. And I threw together some quick habitats here just to showcase all of them. We're also going to go over the free update, which is the 1.5 update. I think actually a lot of people are probably going to be more excited about the free update this time around, but yeah, there's a lot to check out. So let's go ahead. We're just going to kind of go through each of the new animals, and here is these lovely guys. I'm probably going to butcher every animal's name. Babirusa, I don't know if that's correct, but these guys look awesome. I love the males. They have like these tusks on them, and they look like you wouldn't want to mess around with them. Tell you what. But yeah, they're just like a really fun little animal. I just think that they're really nice. They're really cool. Obviously, the animal models look really good in my opinion. Skin texture and all that stuff is always on point. I love the like little wrinkles on their neck and everything, and yeah, I think they're really cool looking. Next up, we have the Binturong. Again, I'm probably saying that incorrectly. I did notice that a lot of people are saying that these guys don't really look super accurate, and community manager Shantae actually said that they're looking into it. So we may get an update sometime in the future where they will kind of update the animal models for these guys. But these guys are like really cool, like little. They kind of look like a cross between a cat and a bear, although they're not related to either of those, I believe. But they're really cool. I wish you could see one, but they like a lot of climbing stuff. But they actually they will hang down off of these using their tails and their like back legs, and it looks like really cool. All right, there we go. I wanted to pause the game to make sure I could show you this, but I love how they use their tails and their back legs to just like hang off of the beams like this. I think it's here. Well, and pause it so you can kind of see them moving there, but I think that's so cool. I think that's really neat how they do that. Then next, moving on, is definitely one of the kind of more fan favorites. And of course, it is the clouded leopard. And look at these guys. They look so awesome. Oh, that's so cool looking. Oh, stretch time. Look at those teeth. Look at those teeth. One of the new things is there's a new enrichment item, which is this little hammock here that the animals will climb up in, and they'll just kind of hang out and sleep. We got another one over here. Yeah, these guys are, man, look at those paws too. Look at those paws. You would not want to mess with this guy, but I love just the way they look, their fur and everything. So good. Yeah, these guys are awesome for sure. And then here in the middle, we have the Malayan tapirs. So they look, as far as like the animal model goes, pretty similar to the Baird's tapir. I don't know, like in real life, how different they look. Obviously, the fur is a lot different. These guys are black and white and everything, but yeah, they look they look really good. Look at them eating in their little forage box. That's so funny. Yeah, I think those guys are looking really good. All right, and then next up we have these kind of fox-looking guys, which I believe it's pronounced Dole. I've actually never heard of these guys before, but I always love a good kind of like sort of dog or fox-looking animal. These guys are super cute looking. Love the kind of red fur that they have. But yeah, these kind of animals I feel like are always a lot of fun. Here, we'll watch them play with the bubbles. That's what I think is just like so fun. I love watching them play around that, and I love watching them play in the this enrichment item here. I think it's the water pool. I just think it's fun watching them play in that. Then over here we have the proboscis monkey. I believe that's how that is pronounced. But these are the guys that have the like really crazy, like funny looking nose. And again, I just think the animal model looks super good. I love the white and like orange fur that they have. But these guys, oh, what are you doing there, bud? It looked like he was like kind of charging up before he was getting ready to run. Yeah, these guys are a lot of fun. The monkeys are always fun because I love watching them run around and climb over everything, and it's always a good time to watch these guys run around. And then the last of the habitat animals here, we have the sun bear. And I was pretty excited to see these guys get added, especially because in our zoo that we're working on, Aurora Zoo, we have a bear section. So I actually have a video in addition to this one, an update for Aurora Zoo, where we actually I created a sun bear habitat. So make sure to head over and check out my Aurora Zoo series because it's really cool. It's an Arctic themed zoo, but yeah, we've got these guys, and man, they're looking so good. Look at those claws. Look at the claws. Wouldn't want to mess with them. Oh, they're like sleeping right next to each other, kind of on top of you, but that's okay. And then the exhibit animal we have, this is the giant Malaysian leaf insect. And the leaf insects are always cool. I remember I've seen not this specific leaf insect, or at least I don't think, but I definitely have seen leaf insects in person, and they're just like the weirdest, coolest like little animal insect. It's like they look like a leaf. Like, how interesting is that? I'm trying to get a good view of the camera. There we go. That's probably best we're gonna get, but look at that. And like the detail on this is amazing. All the little like details and everything about it. It's crazy looking. It's so cool. But yeah, these guys are like so small. It's hard to get like a nice close up of them, but yeah, there you go. That's the giant Malaysian leaf insect. It's super cool looking. Just, oh man, the detail is crazy. But yeah, so there's all of the animals in the DLC. There are actually a few building pieces. They're actually just animal signs, which you might have noticed on here, but we've got a couple animal signs for each animal, except for these guys. They actually have just a little statue, but that's a good looking statue. But yeah, there's no facilities, there's no like pre-made blueprints of any kind. When they say it's an all animal pack, it is a all animal pack. But let's talk about the free update, the 1.5 update, because like I said, there's a lot there that I think people are going to be really excited about. One of them is multiple zoo entrances, which you'll be able to do in every gameplay mode, but you'll be able to set up multiple spawn points and entrances. That way, if you have like a really large zoo and you're noticing guests are having a hard time getting from like the front of your zoo to the back, you could put another entrance in the back part of your zoo. That way you have guests spawning at each kind of, I guess, end of your zoo. Another really, really cool update, which you may have also noticed, this is amazing. You can select your water now, and it'll show you like, it'll give you information on it, the cleanliness and all of that, the water area, the depth. It'll tell you what habitat it's for. If you have water treatment or a regulator, it'll show you that as well. But the other really cool thing is you can change the color of the water. So if you're like a really creative player, you know, you have all these preset colors here that you can choose from. You can also just choose your own. If you want red water, maybe you want some really bloody water. I don't know, but I think it's absolutely amazing. You can set the fogginess of the water, so if you want it completely opaque, you could do that, or you can make it completely transparent. You do have to point out that if you change any of this stuff, it overrides the visual cleanliness. So as your water starts to get dirty, say you don't have a water treatment facility, you will not see a visual representation of it getting dirty. So that's just something to keep in mind, but honestly, I think that's completely worth it. This is such a really cool feature. Not actually even something I really thought that I wanted until they mentioned when they announced what was going to be in the free update, and I was like, wow, I definitely want that. One of my favorite things is, so in the preset colors, you have like, you can change it to like some of the brands in the game. There you go. You want a nice toxic green water there, you can do that if you want to. So that is super cool. And the thing I think I'm most excited about is the addition of custom billboards. And if you played Planet Coaster, you're probably really already familiar with what custom billboards are. Essentially, they just allow you to import your own custom images and videos into the game. And as you can see here, like the very first zoo I made in Planet Zoo is called Wildlife World. So I made a quick 30-second sort of trailer, imported that into the game, and you can see it playing right there. Here I have a still image of my zoo, Wildlife World. Got my own little branded header there. There's also pre-made ones as well, so you can see like the Cosmic Cow, the Chief Beef. There's all of these pre-made ones. So if you maybe don't want to import your own, you can just use some of those. But yeah, you have a 32 meter version, 16, 8, and then 4, and then each one has a lit and a non-lit version. So at nighttime, the lit versions are going to be obviously brighter, so you can see right there. That's how they look at night. You also have a 4x4 square version of them. So one of the things that, if you're wondering what else you could do with these, you could import your own custom textures. So here I have just like a worn wood texture that I found and I imported. So maybe you want to do your own exterior wall, or maybe even an interior of a building. If you like to decorate and theme interiors of buildings and you don't really know what kind of texture you want your walls to be, or like your own custom wallpaper is another thing you could do. There's also TV screens. There's a 4 and 2 meter and 1 meter. So here on the 1 meter, I've got my Wildlife World trailer playing. The only real difference between these is the backs of them actually just look like the back of a TV, of a flat screen TV. Another cool thing you can do with the education boards and with the conservation boards, you can do the same thing. You can import your own images. Here I have, I just Googled a picture of a sun bear. So say you want like an actual real picture of the animals that are in the game. If you're proficient with Photoshop or any programs like that, you could add your own text to it. And if you wanted, you could have your own custom education board. You still have to set the animal like you would as normal. And then down here, you just override it with your own image. And then you can do the same with this as well. So if you want to make your own conservation board images, you can do that. You can also use any of the existing images. So for instance, like you can put a conservation board image on an education board if you want to. And vice versa. If you can put any of these pictures that you want. It does come with cool templates there. So if you curious what size you need to use, well, there you go. It tells you. Another thing that they added, which came from Planet Coaster, is you can select advertisement targets. So what this does is, say you put one of these at the very front of your zoo and you want to advertise your lions. I just thought of that because the lion came up on the screen there. You could select your destination, and then here you can see how the habitats are highlighted. Say one of these was a lion habitat or whatever, it doesn't really matter. You just select it and you can see there habitat is selected. Maybe you also want to select an exhibit, and then that people will see that, and it will lead them to those destinations. So you know exactly what it is. It's an advertised destination. Another fun thing you could do is maybe you want your own custom walkways. So here I imported like a cracked concrete texture, and I placed it here. I took the billboards, just placed them right above the path here, and just sort of creates like a cracked concrete path. So another neat little thing you can do, there's no limit, I don't think, to the things you can do in Aurora Zoo. I have you can see here, I have an ice background because I have like frozen rivers in Aurora Zoo. So I'm using these as the ice to simulate a frozen river. So lots and lots of things you can do there. The update also comes with a free timed scenario. Along with these scenarios, you get some new statues. So you can get either a bronze, silver, or gold statue for a few different animals. So that's really awesome. You can also save your franchise zoos as sandbox maps now, which I'm not a franchise player myself, but I know a lot of people who are, and I know that makes them really excited that they can finally save those as a sandbox. You also have a new heat map for staff. So normally you have your animal traversable area. Now you have a staff one, and it'll show you all the habitats and the traversable area that your staff can walk. And if you guys remember the last update, there's the deep swimming mechanic that they added because of the aquatic pack. The gharials are the next base game animal to get that update. So now we have the saltwater crocodiles and the gharials that can make use of the deep swimming mechanic. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything. This video is a bit different than most sort of DLC overviews because there's not as much to look at, but there's a lot of things to be excited about with the free update, particularly with the billboards and the colorable water. I think is really, really awesome. Whether or not this DLC is worth the price, honestly, I couldn't say. If you're not really if you're into more of the building than the animals, it may not be worth it for you. If you really love the animals and you're not as interested in the building, and you're like, you know what, we already have so many building pieces, I'm okay with more animals, then it's probably for you. But at least whether you get the DLC or not, you do get the free update, which includes the billboards and the colorable water, as well as everything else I mentioned, the time scenario and quality of life updates, which another one I noticed. I'm pretty sure this came with this update. Well, if you click on the animal, go to the environments tab, it automatically brings up the nature menu now. You can also click on the continents and biomes, and it will automatically filter those, so you don't have to go in there and do it manually. You can even see there's a nice visual representation. It says, okay, you're filtering on Asia. Maybe you're like, you know what? I don't want to filter on temperate, so you unclick that. So you got a nice green circle around the two you are filtering on, and then this one you're not. I think that is a great quality of life addition, especially because it automatically brings up the nature menu. Yeah, I think that's a really cool quality of life thing. So there you go, you guys. There's our kind of overview, review, first look, whatever you want to call it, of the Southeast Asia DLC Animal Pack, as well as the free 1.5 update. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you more into like having more animals? Do you wish that they added building pieces, or that it was more like the normal DLC with the 4 animals and the 250 building pieces? I'm really curious to know what you guys think. If you're excited about the billboards, if you have, like, let me know what you want to do with the billboards. If you have your own like kind of unique ideas, leave them in the comments, because I think I'd be excited to know like what other people plan to do with them. I think it would be a lot of fun to hear about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave this here. As always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.